What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Fireside Giants. I'm your host, Anthony Rivardo, and today we're going over some lineup changes for the New York Giants heading into this crucial Week 13 matchup with the Washington Commanders. Now, we know that the New York Giants are starting to get healthy once again, getting a lot of players back into the lineup, plenty of reinforcements. You're talking about Azeez Ojulari coming back, Ben Bredesen, and of course, Daniel Bellinger, hopefully returning to lineup, and Evan Neal. But we do have someone who might be exiting the lineup this week and creating a bit more turnover at another position of dire need for the Giants. We all know special teams has been a bit of a problem for the Giants this year, particularly the punt returner position. Now, Richie James is actually dealing with a knee injury and did not practice on Wednesday and does not seem likely to play on Sunday. And the backup kick returner, Gary Brightwell, running back from Arizona State, is also out with an illness right now. So it doesn't look like he's going to be good to go on Sunday either. So what are the Giants going to do at punt returner? Well, they're preparing to make a change, and a very likely addition to the roster is Khalil Pimpleton. I know, weirdest name, awesome name, coolest name in football, whatever you want to describe it as. Pimpleton could be making his promotion from the practice squad sometime this week and preparing to be the New York Giants punt returner this upcoming Sunday against the Commanders. Again, very crucial matchup that the Giants have here with Washington. 7-4 Giants, 7-5 Commanders. If the season ended today, every NFC East team is in the playoffs. The Commanders are hot. They're winning football games. They just beat Philly a couple weeks ago, and they got another clutch win this past week, and they're looking to make it 3 in a row against the Giants. But the Giants, coming off of 2 straight losses, the first losing streak in the Brian Daboll era, they need a win badly, maybe more than anybody, because the Giants got off to such a great start this season. But you look at this final month of the schedule as we head into December, it's a tough road home to the postseason. Giants seeking their first playoff berth since 2016, and it's not going to be easy to get there. They're going to have to pick up some clutch wins against playoff-worthy teams like Philadelphia, who's 10-1, like Washington, who's currently 7-5, and like the 9-2 Minnesota Vikings. It's a tough road to the postseason for New York. They need to get healthy, and they need to make some lineup changes to ensure that they get the most production as possible out of all of their positions. And that includes punt returner, where Khalil Pimpleton could be making his way into the lineup. Now, Khalil Pimpleton played for Central Michigan in 2021 in college. He was on the Detroit Lions practice squad in the preseason. He took one kick return for 30 yards in the preseason, but no punt returns, which is interesting because the Giants not planning on putting him at kick returner, only at punt returner. So taking a look at what he might provide, we know that this punt returner position is a revolving door for the Giants this season. Now, we had Richie James, 2 fumbles versus Seattle, and he was quickly out of the lineup. And then the Giants made the bold decision, not so good decision, to put Adoree Jackson in the lineup as the punt returner. Your CB1, your best defensive back on the roster who plays cornerback, he's out with an injury now because of one that he suffered as a punt returner. MCL sprain or some sort. He's out for at least 4 weeks in total, but he should be back within the next few, but it's going to be tough. Of course, we know watching that game against Dallas how difficult it is for the Giants to cover a team of top-tier receivers without Adoree Jackson in the lineup. And so punt returns took him away. Darnay Holmes has contributed and taken some of these punt returns during practice, but I don't think it's likely that he gets the nod again. I don't think that the Giants should be putting starting defensive backs out there for the punt return position. Very dangerous. A lot of injuries occur on returns, and Darnay Holmes, too valuable to the lineup as our starting nickel corner. They need to just keep him where he is. So Khalil Pimpleton, who is currently contributing on the New York Giants practice squad, has an opportunity here to potentially get promoted and play on Sunday as the Giants' starting punt returner. So neither Brightwell nor Richie James are able to feature this upcoming weekend. So head coach could look to this rookie receiver in Pimpleton, who currently resides on the practice squad, to take that position full on and make an impact. Now, I think that this could be a big move for the Giants. If you take a look at what Khalil Pimpleton did in college, he was a very solid player, not only as a returner, but he was a pretty good receiver too. He played in 13 games for Central Michigan in 2021, put up 960 receiving yards with 4 touchdowns and 15.5 yards per reception. So kind of a deep threat, a vertical guy, very quick, short, speedy, 5'9", 175-pound player who can fly on the field. Go out there, make some big plays, particularly in the return game like he did at Central Michigan. 2021, 16 punt returns for 304 yards and 2 touchdowns, 19 yards per return. He also earned the Max Special Teams Player of the Year honors in 2021 for his kick returning at Central Michigan and was a first-team All-MAC wide receiver. So the Giants kind of have a very talented collegiate receiver on their roster, but zero NFL playing time, right? That's kind of where things get a little shady here. The Giants are going to go ahead, probably put Khalil Pimpleton into their lineup, but this guy has no NFL experience. He's never taken a down in the NFL other than some preseason snaps for the Detroit Lions this year. So when you look at Khalil Pimpleton, and is this someone that the Giants should trust to put into the lineup and field the punts on Sunday? Again, crucial matchup. Turnovers have been a problem, particularly on special teams for the Giants this year. Those two fumbles from Richie James effectively sunk the Giants on the road against Seattle. You can pretty much directly correlate those plays towards that loss if you want to chalk it up that way. But when you look at Khalil Pimpleton, do we trust him to keep the ball clean and out of harm's way in his first NFL game, his first experience in what kind of feels like a pseudo playoff game for the Giants against Washington this week? This is a really important one. If the Giants lose this, they got to play Philly the following week, then Washington again. It's a slippery slope here. So the Giants kind of are in a must-win position here where they got to get this win if they want to increase their playoff chances and hopefully make their way into the postseason. So that's kind of a lot to put on Khalil Pimpleton to finally step into the lineup at this stage into the season, beginning of December, first game in December. Giants playing meaningful football in December for the first time in an eon. Daniel Jones is excited, and so am I. But again, are the Giants going to be asking too much of a rookie who hasn't played a down in regular season NFL action to go out there and be the starting punt returner? Now, I think that it's a gamble that could pay off really well. So, yeah, I think it's a lot to ask of Khalil Pimpleton. But you look at the talent that this guy possesses: open field tackle breaking ability, shiftiness, speed, and just the ability to field the punts and return them better than anyone else on the roster. I like it. I think Khalil Pimpleton should get promoted from the practice squad and be placed into the New York Giants special teams starting lineup as the punt returner. So I think that this is a bold move that the Giants are preparing to make, and I'm excited to see if they do go ahead and take a chance on this rookie out of Central Michigan. Again, Khalil Pimpleton, awesome freaking name. I rock with it. I'm sure most of you guys do too. I think a Pimpleton jersey would be sick if he starts to burst onto the scene and make some awesome plays. So I'm hoping that this is the game where he sees that regular season action, makes an impact in December, lets the Giants go ahead, get a clutch win against Washington. Again, it's something that they really, really need right now, is to snap this losing streak, get a win against a divisional opponent, because right now, New York Giants 0-2 against the division. That record needs to improve before the postseason gets started. They need to pick up some wins against Washington and Philadelphia, in my eyes, in order to be serious playoff contenders. Now, the Giants, again, very injured, a lot of injuries on this roster, and you're seeing that injury bug get into the special teams area with Richie James dealing with a knee injury. Gary Brightwell has an illness. It seems to be going around the locker room. We know that Andrew Thomas was affected by it last week against Dallas, had his worst performance of the season due to the illness that he was dealing with. But Khalil Pimpleton, he's healthy. He's on the practice squad. He's talented. He's been proven in college to be a very solid punt returner. And that one kickoff return that he took in the preseason, it went for 30 yards, which is impressive. That is a good return. To average 19 yards per return in college is also a really solid number. So I like the boost that Khalil Pimpleton could provide to the special teams, and I think that this is the move that the New York Giants should make. But you all let me know what you think of Khalil Pimpleton down below in the comment section. If this is the move that the Giants should make, what are your thoughts on it? If this is the move that they make, again, this is likely the move they will be making. So what do you think of Khalil Pimpleton? Is this going to be asking too much of a practice squad rookie, or is this just the spark that the New York Giants needed? This rookie out of Central Michigan with the coolest last name you've ever heard, right? So let me know down below in the comment section, and make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy this episode. Subscribe to the channel. If you're new to Fireside Giants, we'd love to have you. Ring the bell so you don't miss an episode. We hit you guys every single day with this really fun show, daily episodes right here on Fireside Giants. So again, make sure to subscribe and ring the bell, and we'll catch you on the next one. Have a good one, and let's go Giants.